Hello and welcome to this unboxing video. Today FedEx just dropped off a package from Noble Knight Games and we're going to open it up and see what's inside. So far I've cut 3 of the 4 sides of the tape just to make this go a little bit smoother. And with a finishing scissor snip here, we can open it up and see what we've got. If I would have thought ahead, I'd probably have set up a tripod, but hopefully this will work out okay. Alright, so this looks to be the first item in the box. If we can make sure not to spill too many of the packing peanuts, but it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, it looks like it's going to be the large pine wood from the Battlefield in a Box collection from Gale Force 9, of course. This is something I've been looking forward to for a while now. They've re-released it. 2 templates, looks like 2 tall trees, 3 medium-sized trees, kind of a stump in the ground. And there should be some flock in there to customize the bases to look the way you'd like. I really need something like this, you know, with the templates to designate where the forest begins and ends. And it's, you know, you could cut a piece of fabric to shape, but I don't know, I always like the pre-made terrain pieces a little better than what I can do myself. Okay, so digging through the packing peanuts, we have, as Noble Knight Games do, very good packaging. In this case, all of the rest of the stuff is wrapped up in this white folded paper. And without getting my finger in front of the lens too often, let's see what's inside of this. Okay, first of all, because Noble Knight Games does every $15 worth of purchase, you get some of their 1-cent items. They have a whole list of 1-cent items you can add to your order. 1 for every $15 you spend. I just got a couple things here. This is about my 6th or 7th deck of this card game called Rat Splatter. Kind of a fun little thing, but for 1 cent, I get as many of those as I can. We have a Cargo Noir sticker. You know, not really into it, but you know, it's a sticker, and it was 1 cent, so why not? And then of course we have a Alien Frontiers Alien Tech promo card, 1 cent again. Okay, so here we go, the main bits and bobs. This is Overkill, solo number 7 from the Tunnels and Trolls series of role-playing games. If you're familiar with Tunnels and Trolls, it was the 2nd role-playing game ever, created originally by Ken St. Andre, a genius of a man. Next we have Solo Quest number 3 for Runequest. This will complete my collection of the Solo Quest adventures for Runequest. Next we have the Labyrinth Solo number 3 for Tunnels and Trolls. This is one of the original copies, still spiral bound. I love the originals. I do try to get as early edition as I can unless there were just rules that were unbearable. Tunnels and Trolls, they didn't change too much. It's still very playable, and the early editions, it's just you're holding a piece of role-playing game history in your hands when you have something like this. So this order's mainly Tunnels and Trolls scenarios, just so I could start a collection of them. Here's the next one in the package here. Solo number 11, Sword for Hire. Again, another Tunnels and Trolls solo adventure. Spiral bound again. It's another early edition. So I'm excited about that too. Next, of course, Beyond the Silvered Plain. Tunnels and Trolls solo edition. One of the solo modules, rather. Number 8 in the series. So again, I really try to, you know, go all out with my collection here at the beginning. Here's something else that I had noticed they had when I was shopping around. It's a bumper sticker. I'd rather be fighting orcs. Tunnels and Trolls. I thought that was just so much fun. I don't know if I'll really use it. I'd love to, but we'll see. Next up, we have a rather thick book here, City of Terrors, one of the larger modules. In this case, it's another solo adventure for the Tunnels and Trolls role-playing game. I love the art of these early editions, you know. That is just great. Next we have here Naked Doom, yet another solo adventure for Tunnels and Trolls. In this case, this is number 4. Very cool. Again, spiral. A lot of these early ones were spiral. Actually, all of them were. First editions, anyway. Arena of Kazan. And this is the one I've heard so much about. I think probably out of all of them, I was kind of a little bit more excited about this one. Number 12, solo dungeon for Tunnels and Trolls. I tried to collect 1 through 12, and so this is the latest one of the solo adventures that I picked up. There's one of them that Noble Knight Games did not have. I ordered from Amazon. That should be coming in a few days. But otherwise, everything, I had it all. Now this is a copy of a Polyhedron magazine, number 57. The reason I picked up this is because there's actually some bonus material for the board game, the TSR board game, Mertwig's Maze in here. Now I know the bonus adventure in this magazine is actually available for free online, but you know, for a collector, for someone who really does want to have the original thing, this was the magazine that included that, so that's in there. Next up we have Dargon's Dungeon. This is the 2nd edition. You notice it doesn't have the spiral binding, but I thought, you know, this is solo number 5 for Tunnels and Trolls. It looks great, and I want to have the complete collection, so I picked that up. And without causing too big of an avalanche, this is actually the 4th edition of Tunnels and Trolls. Spiral bound, and this is the master rule book, the core rules rather, for Tunnels and Trolls, 4th edition, and I am very anxious to give that a read and start some of these solo adventures. And continuing with those solo adventures is Sorcerer Solitaire. And this one is a solo adventure specifically for sorcerers, so that might be kind of fun. If probably not going to create a sorcerer right off the bat, but when I do, I'll be able to run him through this. That should be a lot of fun too. Next up, we have one of the more highly acclaimed solo adventures, the Death Trap Equalizer Dungeon for Tunnels and Trolls. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Number 2, the second one that was created. And the one that started it all, Buffalo Castle, the very first solo adventure for Tunnels and Trolls. And I've heard a lot of critiquing about it, but when you want to have the full collection, you got to have number 1. Plus, I've heard some good things about it too, so I'm excited about that. So overall, a nice big pile of historical role-playing game goodness, Tunnels and Trolls, some other bits and bobs in there, and of course the lone man out over here, the Battlefield in a Box, large pine wood, which I love also. So it was a great order, and I thank you for watching. Again, this was my little unboxing video. Take care.